Hello again, I'm Nia, this is Fanatical About Fiction, and today we're doing the Why We Like Reading tag. Okay, so the first question is, what is your favourite genre? And that's quite a hard one because I'll pretty much read anything at all, but I'd have to say fantasy, and maybe fantasy in the young adult kind of area more so. I just prefer it. And the next question is, at the current moment, what is your favourite book or book series? And I'd have to say probably Cassie Clare's Infernal Devices, because it's really good. I really enjoy the way it's written, and I love the Victorian steampunk era, and it's fantastic, and I think anyone should have a look at it. And the next question is, are there any books you dislike reading, and why do you feel the way you do about them? Okay, so I'm going to go with the book I read last week because it's pretty fresh in my memory. I'm going to go with 50 Shades of Grey, and if you haven't read it, then I'd advise you not to, from my opinion. I mean, you can seek out others' opinions, but personally I don't enjoy it. I think the book is written really badly. It really does feel like a fan fiction, and it's written really badly. The characters are really flat and boring. They've got nothing going for them. I mean, Anna's just a complete hipster, a really typical, and the sex adds absolutely nothing to the book. To me, it was horrifying. I mean, maybe not to some people, but to me, I didn't enjoy that part of the book at all. Okay. So the next question is, in your opinion, what is the best thing about reading? Okay, so I'd have to say being able to immerse yourself in other worlds, like Middle-earth or Victorian England. I mean, I've never been to Victorian England, but Cassie Clare helps me imagine it, and I just really enjoy it. I really enjoy reading about these different worlds and the characters that are in them, and I think it gives you a chance to use your imagination to its full capacity in imagining these worlds with maybe towering skyscrapers or great plains of land covered in trees and forests and great big creepy houses. You know, I think writers give you that chance to use your imagination that you may have neglected since you were a child. And I love the fact that also reading helps you become a writer in yourself. Okay, so are there any disadvantages to reading? I'm going to go with no. I don't think so. I mean, I suppose the disadvantage for me is maybe a bad back from curling over a book too much, or maybe cramps in my feet from tightening them when the book gets exciting, but other than that, no, I don't think there's any real disadvantage. I think it's fantastic, and I think anybody should read. When did you get into reading? So, I can't remember a time where I wasn't into reading. My dad read to me, then I read to myself, and then I read to my brother. My brother didn't read to me, he's younger. And then I went off on my own and read big, big books of wondrous imagination, and I love books. And I've always read, and I can't imagine a time where reading wasn't part of my life. In your life, what have you got out of reading? Has it impacted you or changed you at all? I think reading impacts everyone, depending on what type of book you read. I mean, if you read books like The Fault in Our Stars and even Unwind by Neil Shusterman, they all leave an impact. You remember them, and you can recall them from memory because they were so fantastic, and they really made you think. And I think books that make you think, you also remember and also leave an impact in you. But I don't think a book has ever really changed me, which is a shame. I'd like to say they have, but I don't think so, considering I've been reading so long. I mean, it depends. If you call being like a Harry Potter fangirl changing me, then I suppose. How often do you buy books, and what do you enjoy about being around and buying these? I love buying books. Who doesn't love if you're a reader, you should honestly love buying books. I think ebooks have got nothing on real books. I read a lot of ebooks, but I love the smell of real books and the feel of holding a real book. But unfortunately, I have no money for real books. So yeah, I haven't bought any recently, but I'm hoping to buy some soon. What got you starting on book vlogging here in the YouTube community? Did anyone particularly inspire you? Okay, so I'll confess, I didn't really follow booktubing at all until I started on Fanatical Fiction. Which is shocking really, because I love books, but I didn't really think about it as a thing, and then I was introduced to it through Fanatical About Fiction, and now I'm a co-book blogger on Northern Plunder with Lauren, and I'm also have my own booktubing channel down below. There's not many videos on it, I think there's about 4 maybe, but I'm really enjoying it and I love doing this, and I'm so glad I do because it's absolutely fantastic. So who are your favourite booktubers? This is hard. I'm going to go with the Readables because I love her videos. They're fantastic and the video quality is really good and the reviews are always quite... They're good. I enjoy them. Yeah. How many books do you have? Do you ever think you have too many? Okay, I have a lot of books. I could count them, but I'm not going to. I might. If I count them, I'll put how many I've got down below, because that'd be quite funny. I have a lot of books, yeah, and I don't think I have too many. I think I need more. I think I need more. I want to build a massive book fort. Yeah. Will you ever run out of room for all your books? What would you do if this is the case? I've already said I'm going to build a book fort. I mean, it would be amazing. I'd build it in the living room and I would guard it in the night so my mum wouldn't dismantle it. But yeah, no, I think there is a point, and I think you've got to stop before your whole room fills up with books. You don't want to become one of those crazy hoarders, and I think you just have to sell them. I mean, you always pick up bad books and you just give away those to Oxfam or another charity shop and send them off to charity. What books would you save in a fire and why do these mean so much to you? I'd probably have to go with maybe Howl's Moving Castle because that's one of my favourites and I absolutely positively love it. There's so many memories with it for me. I've read it so many times. And probably the other ones I'd have to save would be every single one from the Harry Potter series. I don't know if I'd be able to carry them all out, but I'd definitely try because I think there's so many memories there of waiting to get the first editions and reading them with my dad, and I think they're just absolutely fantastic. Anything else you want to add about your passion for reading? No, I think I asked a lot of questions to myself, so yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. Don't want to give away too much. Yeah, no, I think that's enough. I love reading and I hope that you love reading too, and if you don't, you should love reading because reading is fantastic. Anyway, thank you for listening. Goodbye.